Just mentioned to you, there are 5 major prizes. We have a winner, of course, second, third, fourth and fifth prize as well. So, Karen, this is going to be a great event. Really looking forward to it. It is open for all show hunter hacks over 15 hands, correct?
Yes, anybody over 15 hands that's entered in the show hunter section this year at the Melbourne show is eligible to compete. And from the lineup, I'd say most have made it out.
Thank you. And there are many people supporting our Providence Cup, of course, too, aren't there? Great supporters, apart from yourself. We have Miratech with their wonderful new reflective rug that they've donated for this class. Dynavite. We had Vic Griffin here for our Providence Cup, for our show hunter Galloways. Stitchy, Fingers Embroidery. I find that an interesting supporter, but really, really pleased to have them on board.
Well, my friend at Stitchy Fingers, Heather, who would hate her name being announced over the loudspeaker, everything you see embroidered for the Providence Cup is done from Heather. And I was sorry to say that Heather lost her mother last week, but believe it or not, in between the funeral and arrangements, she actually got most of the stuff done. I just have to catch up with a few things.
Well, there is a lot of embroidery to be done, isn't there, with all the prizes and rugs and everything that is awarded here at the Melbourne Royal Show. And a big welcome this morning to Rebecca Cartwright from Highgain. Wonderful to have you on board. High Plain Rugs, another, of course, of our wonderful sponsors here for our Providence Cup. Now, as stipulated in the schedule for entry, each exhibit in this Providence Cup class will be judged on manners, paces, conformation and soundness, and performance. So all those categories taken into consideration by our judge. And as I mentioned, our initial selecting judge choosing our top 10 is Catherine Neal from Gisborne. Welcome, Catherine. I can see already you have a wonderful lineup down there. Hey, just look at that class of show hunter hacks. Isn't it great to see? Our Galloways, we have a similar number yesterday, and today it's for our big horses over 15 hands. So, Karen Fisher, thank you very much. Great to have you with us. We really appreciate your great support for our Providence Cup, both yesterday for our Galloways and today for our show hunter hacks. We'll let you now go down, sit there, watch it, and enjoy this wonderful class.
Thank you, Peter.
Now, Peter, I'm down here on the arena. We are live streaming this class, so if you've got friends and family who can't be here at Royal Melbourne Show with us today, they can check out all of the action, this beautiful lineup of show hunters for the Providence Cup this afternoon. Via the live stream, you just need to access that via the Melbourne Royal website, and they can catch all of the action. So stay tuned. We'll have a couple of little interviews as we're going along. We're doing some little special coverage on the live stream. So if you are at home, please enjoy the coverage. Tell all your friends and family. They'll be able to catch all of the action from this year's Melbourne Royal.
And Jeremy, as you can see down there now, of course, we have so many entries in the class that it has to be divided into 2 heats. It would be impractical to have all our horses going around in the ring, despite the fact we have a double ring at the one time. So our judge has elected to divide them into 2 heats. Assumedly, she will choose a number of horses, maybe 5 out of the first heat and perhaps 5 out of the second heat, to give her final top 10 finalists.
We go back through the history books here of our Providence Cup. And of course, this being the first time that it has been run in its current format, but going back through the history books, of course, in 2019 at our last show, it was Holland's Bend Royal Consort with Sienna Vasilopoulos. In 2018, and 2017, it was Warrawee Diamante with Elizabeth Krog, successful in this very prestigious class.
So for those of you who are watching down here on the arena, you'll see that our preliminary judge here has made a decision on those horses that will progress forward. So a selection of horses from the first heat. We call it each of these heats, or each of these opportunities to go around as heats. So the first heat has made their way around the arena. The judge has selected those that she considers to be the best examples for this class. Those have been called in. The others have been excused, and now the second heat of horses has the opportunity to do the same thing. So a lot of attention required by our judge here. The first impression, the most important. These horses and these riders have come here. They've qualified around the country to be here at Melbourne Royal Show. A very prestigious, a wonderful class. And as we see, all of these show hunter horses over 15 hands go head to head. Most of the time, we don't really see this in the show hunters. We'll see it in the Pope Cup in the open horses. But the show hunters across the whole range of heights over 15 hands, all coming together for this wonderful class. So our judge, as I said, does have her work cut out for her. And the initial impression, the first impression, most important, our judge looking for that overall quality as well as all of those attributes that contribute to be a winner for the Providence Cup. The show hunter hacks over 15 hands. So a fabulous, absolutely fabulous spectacle, all of these horses. 12 in the second heat. Great to have the whole arena, the opportunity for our riders to make use of the whole arena, both rings 1 and 2 down here. This is the second heat of those show hunters for the Providence Cup class. Big horses out here, lots of room to get up and go. Our judge, Catherine Neal here, enjoying herself out here. The sun is shining and beautiful horses in front of you. What more could you want? So these horses that we're seeing down here, they are show hunters. They are of more substance than the show horses. In the words of our show hunter judge, Shelley Penny, they still must be a quality animal. A show horse they still are, but more substance, more workmanlike. Catherine Neal has made her decision as to her top 10, I believe. She has chosen 5 horses from the first of the heats, 5 from the second, gives us a total of 10 horses. So that will be our top 10. And Catherine Neal will be joined by Alison Woodruff and Diane Melrose, all 3 of our judges involved in judging the top 10 and determining the placings of this wonderful class, the Providence Cup, for show hunter hacks over 15 hands. Very shortly, I'll have all of those 10 exhibit numbers for you. And on the live stream, we'll provide a little bit more information for you as well. The live stream coming to you around the country and around the world, in your homes, in your workplaces, right here from Melbourne Royal 2022. This is the Providence Cup right now down here on the arena, both rings 1 and 2. Well, down here on the arena, so this, for those of you on the live stream, we're getting some extra coverage here. This is Melissa Gillies' nomination. It's Verdict by Direction. Side by Somerset d'Isle out of Isle of Calais. Written today by Jess Stones from New South Wales. Jess from JS Equestrian. Wonderful to have her down here in Melbourne. The first of our exhibits to go, number 1107. 3 judges here, Catherine Neal, Alison Woodruff and Diane Melrose. Thanks for joining in on the live stream right here from Melbourne Royal. This is the Providence Cup. The first of those exhibits, it is number 1107, Melissa Gillies' nomination, written by Jess Stones in Verdict by Direction. It seems by the applause on the arena here that our spectators are happy with that. The next of our horses to go. So this is indeed 1673. It's Riley Marin's nomination. It's Dreamtime Lomax. This gelding born in 2012, 10 years old. 10-year-old gelding in Dreamtime Lomax by Dreamtime Exhibit out of Willow Run, completing their workout. So workout involves trotting in from the corner of the arena, half a circle of trot, trotting around another half circle. Actually, I'm going to just confirm that workout for you and give you some more information on that. But how wonderful to have the whole arena down here for our competitors across the whole of the arena, both rings 1 and 2, for these show hunters to get up and go. Gallop along both sides, or indeed right around the arena, before coming back to the trot and making their way off the arena. It's fantastic, this spectacle. Great to see that these show hunter horses, for a long time, they haven't had a class like this. The Pope Cup we have seen for thoroughbreds in the open hacks, but for the show hunters, this is, I guess, the equivalent of that, and wonderful to have the support for this class in Karen Fisher with her Providence Park and the Providence Cup. This is Riley Marin with his Dreamtime Lomax, number 1673, just completing their workout. Number 1552. So this is number 1552. This is the Sable Farm and Future Farms nomination, EBL Empress, owned by Sable Farm and Future Farms. Jess Durtell in the saddle by Ellington out of Lush. Bred by Andrew Buckley up in Newcastle Way in New South Wales. EBL Empress, number 1552, Sable Farm and Future Farms nomination. Owned by Sable Farm and Future Farms. It is EBL Empress and Jessica Durtell. So the workout is trotting in a half circle to the right, half circle to the left, down across the centre line. Pick up the right canter lead, cantering all the way around, changing across the diagonal, picking up the left canter, a lengthen in front of our judges, all the way around. So hand gallop along both sides, as we can see right now. This is EBL Impress with Jessica Durtell during this lengthening phase. The gallop, the get up and go. Right around the arena, they'll come back to a working trot in front of our judges and make their way up to the top corner of the arena. And that will be the workout for EBL Impress and Jessica Durtell, the Sable Farms and Future Farms nomination. EBL Impress. 1547. This is Georgia Greenwell with her Revelwood Steadfast by Stedinger out of Revelwood Destiny. Georgia Greenwell and her nomination. Born in October 2014. 8-year-old gelding by Stedinger out of Revelwood Destiny, number 1547. And tell you what, the lineup for this class is fantastic. A lot of horses got the gate and a lot of beautiful horses, the 10 of them standing before us. All very beautiful exhibits, very well presented, looking on point for this Melbourne Royal Show. But right here on the arena here, this is number 1547, Georgia Greenwell's Revelwood Steadfast. Thanks, Lindsay. The Universal Stables and Samantha Watt nomination. This is Ecstatic GHP. All the way from Queensland, from sunny Queensland, they've brought the sunshine down here to Melbourne Royal Show. This gelding by Elias Vitsi van de Heffink out of Dutch Sky. Ecstatic GHP and Samantha Watt's nomination and Universal Stables. Reece Stanley in the saddle. Reece, the regular rider of this horse, as I mentioned, all the way from Queensland down here. They are one of our top 10 in the Providence Cup. Whilst we're here on the live stream, I'm just going to catch our previous competitor in Georgia Greenwell with her Revelwood Steadfast. Georgia, big arena out there to ride around on. How did you enjoy your ride down here on Revelwood Steadfast?
I was just so pleased that we actually got around. We'd had a bit of a mishap yesterday, so to get out there and show what he can do, it's pretty special, yeah.
Now, with the show hunters, we have seen the influence of the warm bloods make their way into that. This horse, of course, a warm blood by Stedinger out of Revelwood Destiny. Talk to us about your experience with this horse.
So we got him about 3 years ago from a dressage rider, Justine Greer, and unfortunately COVID hit, so we hadn't had the chance to do a lot, but we were lucky enough to represent Victoria at the recent Nationals and placed runner-up. So although he is and can be a little bit perky, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Absolutely fabulous. Now, the support team here, helping you today?
Yes, I have a few people helping me today. So mum, sister, my partner's here actually. I've got the wards and, just to anyone that's, said, how you're going and good luck, yeah, it means the world. So it's great.
Well, good luck to you. Making the top 10. It was a big lineup coming out here onto the arena, so making the top 10 is pretty special.
Yeah, no, I'm just pleased to get a call and to work. And, today's another day and we'll go out in the open classes this afternoon and see how we go.
Well, fabulous. Well done. That is their Georgia Greenwell, number 1547. They've completed the workout. They're here for the top 10 in the Providence Cup. Now, just here on the live stream, Steve Peters, you couldn't be upstage there. We saw our rider not have a great workout there, but you wanted to do one better?
Absolutely.
Now, talk to us about your experience here as a red coat. That doesn't always happen, does it? And the mouth-to-mouth necessary out in the arena, but that doesn't happen too often down here. But you do a wonderful job. How long have you been involved with Melbourne Royal?
Well, that just blotted my copybook. 27 years I've done this job and I've never fallen off on the arena.
It always happens once.
Yep, absolutely. And if this was a show to happen, it was this show, trust me.
And if you're going to do it, you're going to do it, and there's nothing else on the arena as well. So you did it perfect timing.
Well, you've got to make a spectacle for the crowds.
What's the chances of you joining the nighttime entertainment?
Well, if I have that sort of first aid come again, any time.
Fabulous. Steve, one of our wonderful red coats down here. They do a fantastic job. Wasn't meant to go that way, but how fantastic that we can have a bit of a laugh down here. This is number 1748, and Tally Performance Horses and Tally My Signature Move. Another warm blood, this one by San Remo out of Glenbonnet Farouche. Georgie Batten in the saddle from New South Wales. Number 1748, and Tally My Signature Move, the Tally Performance Horse nomination. Number 1699 is Emma Stella Hall's nomination, Ariel Stella in the saddle, Quantador. Another warm blood by quarterback out of Verena, number 1699, the Emma Stella Hall nomination with Ariel Stella in Quantador. But number 1748 was Tally My Signature Move, Georgie Batten from New South Wales. And Georgie, I would like to say congratulations, a beautiful ride, a nice work out there. You'd be absolutely thrilled with that.
Yeah, thank you. Really happy with her. I don't think we've actually worked in an arena that big, so a three-sided gallop was a lot of fun to do, letting her open and go. She does love a good gallop, and I'm really happy with her.
It is hard for the warm bloods. Often you'll get to shows at the ag shows, agricultural shows, it might be a bit difficult. Often at a royal show, you might be cramped into a bit of a corner of an arena. But yeah, fabulous to have both arenas today.
Yeah, it's amazing. I've never had such a big area to work with, and I'm really happy with how she handled it, even with the birds and what happened before a workout.
Now, Tally My Signature Move, talk to us about this wonderful horse of yours.
She's very special. She's definitely the favourite in the stable. She's the princess and the queen. We've actually just got a little foal from her 2 weeks ago, and we're very excited because this mare means everything to us. She's carried myself and my sister to Grand National Champions, and we owe everything to her.
Well, wonderful. Great to have you down here from New South Wales at this year's Melbourne Royal.
Thank you for having me.
That's Georgie Batten, who exhibited just earlier, 1748 with Entally Performance Horses, Entally My Signature Move. But 1699, this is Quantador. They were an earlier winner of a class a bit earlier on today's program. We'll hopefully catch up with Ariel Stella to see what she thought of her workout. But this is right now, number 1699, Quantador, Ariel Stella for Emma Stella Hall. Number 409 is Federer. It's the Universal Stables and Kate Kairos nomination from Queensland. Enjoyed much success at Royal shows and Horse of the Year shows right around the country in Federer. The Kairos and Universal Stables nomination by Falsterbo out of Somera. Another of our warm bloods. Seems like the warm bloods have dominated this year's Providence Cup. Lots of warm bloods out here on the arena. Our judge, in Catherine Neal, deciding the top 10. And this one is number 409 in the Universal Stables and Kate Kairos' nomination, Federer. But Ariel Stella was the exhibit before this, number 1699 with Quantador. Ariel, wonderful to be out here in the top 10 today in this Providence Cup.
Yeah, it's so exciting. It was such a tough class, and I'm so excited to be in the top 10.
You said to me earlier today when we had a catch up with you and winning the blue ribbon earlier in the gelding class, the show hunter gelding class, that you've had this horse for close to 2 years. You got him from all the way from WA, I think.
Yeah, well, he was actually from South Australia, from Dream Mary, and yeah, he's just amazing. We love him so much.
I do apologise. Originally from WA, sold to Dream Mary, and then it became yours just a little under 2 years ago. And you and your mum have been enjoying travelling around the country with him to great success?
Yeah, it's been so much fun. Like, he's gone all over the country and just been amazing everywhere.
Now, you're from down Geelong way?
Yeah, just an hour away from here.
And talk to us, what year are you in at school?
I'm currently in year 11.
The horse is going to take a bit of a sidestep whilst you finish your studies, or are you still going to be enjoying the Royal shows?
Well, Dad definitely wants me to slow down with the horses a bit, but I'll definitely be out here again next year.
Well, wonderful to see you here. Thanks for joining us here in the Providence Cup. It's Quantador and Ariel Stella for Emma Stella Hall. But right now, completing their workout, this is Federer. It's the Universal Stables and Kate Kairos nomination. Adam Oliver in the saddle all the way from Queensland, Federer. So this is 1508. It's Jasden Dark Perfection. Rebecca Growen's nomination is Warm Blood by Dark President out of Holland's Bend Royal Colours, number 1508. The Holland's Bend horses, we've seen those over the last few years. This one out of a Holland's Bend mare, but we saw the Vassalopolis exhibit has had success in this class in previous years. This is number 1508, Rebecca Growen with her Jasden Park Perfection completing their workout. I'll have a quick little chat with her before we see these horses back onto the arena and a closer inspection by our judges to determine just who is going to take out the Providence Cup for show hunters over 15 hands for 2022. But I'll just catch Rebecca Growen here before she heads back onto the arena, her Jasden Park Perfection. Now, Rebecca Growen, for those people that might not know, we call each other Jimmy, but pretty happy with that, a horse that you haven't had for too long?
Yeah, I've had her since she was an unbroken 3-year-old. This is her first Royal, her first big show, so she's very tired.
Great to be out here in the top 10.
Super, yeah.
And a young horse, lots happening on the arena today?
It is, but she's coping relatively well, yeah.
Well, fantastic. We'll let you head off to before our three judges to have a closer inspection of these horses. But there we go, Rebecca Growen with her Jasden Dark Perfection. So fantastic lineup here. I'll leave it up to you guys up in the top to talk more about what's happening next in the Providence Cup.
Judging to announce the names of these horses. However, when our judges have finished their physical inspection of the horses and they have lodged their scores, then I'll be very happy to bring to you the names and owners of each of our 10 finalists.
Now, Peter and Lindsay, I was down here chatting with our competitors, and I can tell you they're all very happy. So, very happy with their workout. Wonderful to see all of these competitors out here enjoying the sunshine. They're very complimentary of the large amount of space they've had for their horses to work. So, it's fantastic to see Melbourne Royal accommodating these show hunters, the opportunity to get up and go, as we say. The gallop, important in the show hunters. So, fantastic that the space has been made available. So, wonderful to have all of our competitors enjoying themselves, and a wonderful lineup out here for the Providence Cup.
Well, Jeremy, we're very indebted to a range of sponsors who are supporting our Providence Cup this year. And I refer to Dynavite, and thank you, Vic Griffin, for the support you've given our Providence Cup. To Miratech as well, big thank you, and thanks to Colin Gill for his support. To High Gain, Rebecca Cartwright, great to have you here with us. Thank you for your feed vouchers and goods that you're presenting to the successful competitors. To High Plains Rugs, thank you very much indeed, contributing to our winner and our runner-up. To Stitchy Fingers Embroidery, again, a wonderful sponsor of our major event. As I mentioned, to Miratech and Dynavite as well, thank you indeed. And particularly thank you to Karen Fisher for the instigator of the Providence Cup and the support she's given this class.
Now, just whilst we're waiting for the scores down here for the Providence Cup, all three judges have put their scores forward and those scores are being accumulated. But one of our wonderful judges down here, not only a successful horse competitor, but also, Diane Melrose, talk to me about your experience in other areas of the Melbourne Royal Show.
So, Jeremy, I was pregnant and I couldn't ride out here and I didn't want to miss the Melbourne show. So I decided that I'd make a fruitcake and I would enter it and see how it went. So I went round to all the old ladies and I asked them about fruitcake making, and you needed a straw to see it was cooked and how you went about doing it. And I entered it and I was highly commended. So then I'm hooked. Now I want to win. So the next year I cook another fruitcake. I actually cooked 7 and I looked at them all so I could pick the best one out of them all and brought it in, and I was lucky and successful and I won out here at Melbourne Show.
How fantastic. Once you're a competitor and you've got that competitive spirit, it doesn't die no matter where you're competing.
No, it doesn't. Like, once you get a taste for a little bit of blue out here, that's all you want.
Now, talk to us. What is so special about a fruitcake? What's the sort of particular necessities for an ideal fruitcake?
Well, the Vase fruitcake is a really specific fruitcake. So it has a set recipe and it has a set size it can be. So you're looking for colour, the distribution of the fruit and the taste.
Is it challenging?
All showing's challenging. And not being the best cook in the world, it was a little bit more challenging. I'm better at making horse feeds.
Talk to us about horses. You're out here enjoying this wonderful spectacle that is the Providence Cup. A little bit different when it comes to judging these to fruitcakes, but fantastic to have the open arena out here for these horses.
Oh, it's beautiful. The arena, that was a big flowing workout that you could see all of their manners and paces, and they were really able to showcase such an important event.
Now, you've been a successful competitor over many years, competing here at Melbourne Royal Show. Talk to us about some of your successes right here at this show.
So my favourite would be the side saddle, standing out here and being Sash the winner as a side saddle rider, more for my mum than anybody else because she loved it. And then now also I have something in common with the Queen.
How fantastic. Talk to us about when you're judging show hunters versus show horses. What were you looking for today?
I was looking for a horse that had a little bit more bone, a little bit more substance, and that you could hunt on it. It has to look like it's comfortable to ride and willing to go forward. So they were my main criteria today.
Now, while we had a big arena to work out in, it's getting to a royal show is challenging. We often, I guess, for the most part, the agricultural shows where you have to qualify for, they expose horses to different environments, but the pressure of an arena like this can get to some of the horses. They've got a big screen to contend with, rather. Obviously, big rides happening around the place as well. Not everything goes to plan.
No, not everything goes to plan. As we saw a little bit of a horse saying he wasn't happy today, and the mounted steward met the same fate. It's a lot of pressure. Part of it is the atmosphere, but a lot of it is also you do it yourself. You come out here, it's a big event. You've spent a lot of time, a lot of money, and it's important. And you put a little bit too much pressure, and it all just goes sour.
Sometimes it doesn't go to plan. But talk to us as well about these show hunters. Probably many years ago when you first started, show hunters weren't around. They have risen in popularity, and in the words of our judge of the show hunters, Shelley Penny, she said they're probably as, if not more popular than the open horses these days.
I definitely agree with Shelley. They are far more popular than they were before. It's finding a middle ground. I think we're shifting too far to the hunters, and we need to find a middle ground for the pretty but not too heavy horses. But it's great. Anytime you can ride at Melbourne Show, it doesn't matter what you can do. That it's just a great place to be.
Loving being here in the middle of the ring, judging this beautiful horse flesh.
I love it. I would walk through snow to be here to judge. It is amazing. The atmosphere is amazing. The stewards are great. The organisation is great. It's a fantastic event.
Well, wonderful. Fantastic to have you here. You can go back and watch the live stream as well. So if you do want to go back and watch that, you can watch that afterwards. How fabulous to have live streaming as well.
That's amazing. I haven't seen any live stream yet because I'm judging, but It'll be nice to see myself back, I reckon.
And go and reassess those horses that you judged today. When it comes to judging, sometimes, there's plenty of people that are criticising or judging from the outline, the outsides and watching on the live stream. But as the judge being in the pressure cooker of judging, it's very different. And you're making an opinion. You're not going back to watch it on video, aren't you? What you're seeing straight in front of you is what you need to judge.
Yeah, definitely. And when you're judging out here as well, like you're judging the best of the best. It's not like at an agricultural show where you might have one or two good horses and there's not the pressure. All these horses are good horses. All these horses have won at agricultural levels. So they're all champions in their own right. So what you're actually asking us to do is shift through the champions and you've got to do it as you see it, on the run, on the fly, and as you like it.
Well, the best of the best right here at Melbourne Royal Show. Thank you so much, Jan Melrose. A winner not only in the horses, but also in the fruitcake here at Melbourne Royal Show. Wonderful to have a great lineup of judges, the three of them involved in the decisions, and they'll be with us shortly right here. The Providence Cup on the main arena.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're nearing now the completion of the judging and ready for presentation of Class 139, our Providence Cup. But perhaps before I do, I'll just run through with you again. No doubt Jeremy live streaming has already done so previously, but for people here at the Melbourne Show, our top 10 contenders were number 409, it was Universal Stables and Kate Kairos' Federer. Number 443, Universal Stables and Samantha Watt with Ecstatic GHP. Number 1107, Melissa Gillies, Verdict by Direction. Number 1508, Jazdan Park Perfection, Rebecca Groen. Number 1547, Revelwood Steadfast and Georgia Greenwell. Number 1552, Sable Farm and Future Farms, EBL Empress. We lost 1655, Power Play and Dispatches, unfortunately. We had number 1673, Dreamtime Lomax, Riley Marin. Number 1699, Quantador and Emma Stella Hall. And our 10th number made up by number 1748, Intelli Performance Horse, Intelli My Signature.
Please put your hands together for our top 10 in the Providence Cup.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fanfare is for the winner and place getters in Class 139, the Providence Cup for Show Hunter Hacks over 15 hands. This very special and important class. With great pleasure, I announce our winner is competitor number 1107. It's Verdict by Direction, owned by Melissa Gillies and ridden by Jess Stones. Takes out the Providence Cup for our Show Hunter Hacks. Well, what a wonderful run Verdict by Direction has had. One of our most highly decorated show hunter hacks in Australia in the recent current showing season. So a great win for Jess Stones and Verdict by Direction.
A horse side by Somerset Dial And out of the dam, Isle of Calais.
And our selecting judge down there making the presentation, that was Catherine Neal. Thank you very much. It was Catherine who in fact chose the top 10 finalists in this class. Our runner-up in our Providence Cup for our Show Hunter Hacks, that award goes to competitor 1699. It's Quantador and Emma Stella Hall, owned by Ariel Stella and nominated by Emma Stella Hall. It's Quantador, our runner-up Providence Cup winner.
The gelding side by Quarterback and out of Verena. Well, our winner here today, the 5-year-old they call Bling at Home, purchased by Melissa Gillies when she saw a video of him on Facebook and said, righto, he is my next superstar show horse. And they've certainly had quite a bit of success taking out the Working Hunter at Sydney Royal and several other big wins in lead up to Melbourne Royal this year.
And Lindsay, also there's a very special award to be made too. It's for the highest place registered thoroughbred, and thanks to Racing Victoria for their support, $650 in fact for the highest place registered thoroughbred in our Providence Cup. Well, there are in fact 5 placings in the class. We move now to our third place getter, and the third award is taken out by competitor 443. It's Universal Stables and Samantha Watt with Ecstatic GHP. Well, congratulations to Ecstatic GHP and Universal Stables and Reece Stanley come forward for their third award.
Well, whilst the ribbon's going on, our third place getter down there, Jess, well done, congratulations. This horse, I just want to tell everybody this wonderful story. Melissa Gillies owns this horse, Verdict by Direction. Melissa Gillies is a barrister. She also had another horse called Beyond Reasonable Doubt. I love the way that she's named these horses, but Jess, wonderful ride today. You went out first, you set the bar high and came out trumps. Well done.
Well, you know, as I say, raise the bar. I'd just like to congratulate Mel and Robert, the owners of this horse. And a big congratulations to his previous owner, Bronwyn Short, who's here today watching Bling. And just want to have big thanks to all the sponsors and everyone behind organising this show. And a huge congratulations to the runner-up and all the other competitors. A big thanks to my team behind the scenes. None of this would be possible without them. I've had a rough few months, and if it wasn't for them, I definitely wouldn't be here. So big thanks to them, and a special thanks to Bling. He's a really cool little horse. I love him to pieces. A huge thanks to Marie Hewitt for helping me with him. And yeah, good boy, Bling.
Well done. Congratulations, Jess Jones with Melissa Gillies, Verdict by Direction.
Well, now, Jeremy, we have our fourth place getter, and the fourth award goes to competitor number 409, another from Universal Stables, and this time with Universal Stables and Kate Kairos. It's Federer takes our fourth award. Adam Oliver on board, riding for Universal Stables, comes forward to receive his fourth place sash. And the fifth award is to competitor 1547. It's Revelwood Steadfast and Georgia Greenwell. Owned by Georgia, ridden by Georgia, it's Revelwood Steadfast taking our fifth award.
It certainly is a gorgeous lineup here of our Show Hunter Hacks over 15 hands, and I was just telling our audience about the great success story of Bling, our winner here today, and who's the current national EA title holder for small show hunter horse and was champion show hunter at Sydney Royal earlier this year. So really just collecting the broad ribbons and the garlands at this stage and doing a wonderful job indeed with JS Equestrian raising the bar.
Now, whilst the rest of our top 10 are being sashed, I'm down here with our preliminary judge, Catherine Neal. Catherine, you had a wonderful lineup of horses come out onto this big, spacious arena, both rings 1 and 2 in play. A lot of them came out here and really put on a great show in that sort of first 2 heats. How did you find those horses when they hit the arena? Did any of these horses take your eye?
Yeah, quite a lot of them took my eye first coming onto the arena. They really presented beautifully. Yeah, so I was just looking for a horse that really covered the ground well and, yeah, was sort of still content with the atmosphere going around and that you could sort of ride all day. So, yeah, it was interesting to see some come out and not really perform the way you'd hope they would, but that's showing.
Being in the hot seat, being the one to determine the top 10 can be a little bit of pressure. Sometimes there might be a horse. It is, I mentioned to our other judge, Diane Melrose, that sometimes you don't get an opportunity to think twice. You've got to choose your top 10, but you're happy with the top 10 that you chose?
Yeah, I am. I'm really happy with the with the top 10 in the end. Yeah, it is hard when you're judging for other judges and they've got to put their 2 cents in at the end of the day as well. But yeah, you can only be true to yourself and your type and what you like.
All of the horses look glamorous. You look glamorous as well. You're enjoying yourself out here?
I am. It's been a lot of fun and nice to get out of the breeches and boots.
Fantastic. Enjoy the rest of the show here. Thank you so much, Catherine Neal. Please, ladies and gents, put your hands together for the winner and the place getters in the Providence Cup. It's a win to Melissa Gillies' nomination, Verdict by Direction, and Jess Stones.
Thank you, Jeremy. And of course, our runner-up there is Quantador and Emma Stella Hall. The third placing taken out by Ecstatic GHP from Universal Stables, Samantha Watt. Fourth award to Universal Stables and Kate Kairos with Federer. And the fifth award, Revel Wood Steadfast and Georgia Greenwell.